Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to upload and initiate and learn how to use the 7K Wealth System app. And this is where we can actually send communication, keep track of communication, get feedback on communication about people that we have introduced to 7K and providing them information or more information when they have questions. It's a tremendous leverage time tool that brings us in the total 21st century. The app is the one right here, that one that's 7K dark blue with the white behind it. So you go to your app store or your Play Store on whichever phone, you search for 7K space wealth strategies, and you just upload it. It's free. And then install it. And once we get it installed on the phone, we're going to set up our account. And so once everybody has it installed on your phone, just kind of raise your hand. And if you've got it done, okay, great. Hopefully, normally we like people to get it done. And it's, once it installs and downloads, we're okay. And then what I want you to do, and I won't be able to do it, what I want you to do on the phone is I want you to press on the app to open it, or press on open and open the app. And then you cannot sign in unless you've already.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing.
Unless you've, I can hear you, Gary. Unless you have set up your account previously. So we're going to set up account, and if you'll see at the bottom down there, and I encourage people not to set up your account by Facebook or LinkedIn or anything like that, because they're tracking you. The whole purpose of this is you want this to keep private between you and your sphere of influence and your contacts. And so I encourage people not to do that. So what you do is you open that app, and then you, at the bottom then there, you see set up account, and up will come a request for you to put your name in. Use the same name as you registered in your 7K account, and then use the same email. And I encourage you to use the same password. Now, if you're not allowed, your password doesn't meet their security requirements for this app, pick a favorite symbol that you like a $ or exclamation mark or whatever, and just put the number required behind it, and then you'll remember that. But it's your phone, so once we get to this point, once you get your address, once you get that in, then you just go next. Then it's going to ask you for your username. All you do is type in just your username, not the 7k.com, none of that, just their username that you put in for that pass on your backside of your backslash. And so we type in our username, and then we allow. You're going to set up basic, because you're going to see a future development. There's going to be all kind of extra add-ons here that we're going to be able to have with this app. But right now it's just a basic. And so that's the one you're going to get. And it's free. There's no charge, especially if you got, even with the people with standard, it's free for 3 months. But this is one of the things that gets shut off after 3 months, unless they pay their monthly fees. Okay. Once they start using this, nobody wants to shut it off. That's why I tell everybody, if you're going to get in this to make money, or even if it's a little extra, do the $4.99. You know, it's well worth the effort. And then after you get past that, it's going to ask you about location and always allow or okay for the app for your phone. All you're doing is marrying your phone to the app for information that you want to put into the app. Okay, it doesn't drag information in without your actually putting it in. And we're going to ultimately, you're going to say, okay, it's going to ask you to add some contacts. And what it's going to do, it's going to open up into your contacts. It's going to open up and it's going to pull all your contacts in your phone up like this. And what I want you to do in the very beginning is just check on the box to the left of their name, just put a little check mark in it and add your spouse, add your sponsor, add somebody that's real close to you that you can see your phones and you can do some testing and see things. But that's why I say add your spouse, somebody in your same household you can see on their phone and you can see your phone. And this is a beginning, and that's what you want to repeat. And you're going to upload at least 2 or 3 names. Don't worry, do not load more than 5. And it's kind of a rule, never load more than you're working with that day. Okay, so once you get those checks, that little you'll have a little circle that'll come up to the right of the plus sign at the top right corner, and you touch that little circle with the check mark in it, and now that's going to import the contacts from your phone into the app. So please go ahead and do that. And now when you do, you're going to have little blocks like this with their name, and that's that contact in your app. And so you can scroll through them, and these are all the ones that are like in my app now. And so these are the ones that we're going to work with. These are the ones we're going to send things with. And so once we get that, I'm going to take you back. That's how you bring somebody from your contacts into the app. And I'm going to go back, and we're going to finish up setup and understanding with the app. And then we're going to practice how we do the first major thing. And then I'm going to give you a little tour. At the bottom of your app is your menu. This is how you navigate the app. So I want you to press on the little, what we call dashboard on the far left. And that brings you to the page that you will always open up into, and that's your dashboard. It's going to give you information about who you contacted, how much. It's got a summary scorecard. You don't spend a lot of time, but you can see things here yourself, like tools and videos, and view things, and part of learning all the content that we have and what you can do. That's the dashboard. So I want everybody to click on the 3 little dots on the far right corner, and you'll see that's more. The menu's going to slide out like that. So first thing is we're going to make sure your account is set up and married to your back office at your 7K account. That's important. So you click on account at the bottom of that menu and open, it will open up to your account. And it's going to have your name. You want to check, make sure your name's correct. If you want to, you can upload a picture in it. I did, as you see. and you have your email. You want to make sure that's correct. And it's going to allow you to choose formats under the bottom. It's kind of like your setting of any formats the way you like them. If you like month, day, year, or day, month, year, in other words, you choose what you are familiar to work with. Okay, so once you understand what that is and that you check it, up at the top, across the top, where it has general, right next to it is the word links. I want you to touch links. The very first thing that you'll see is username. And if you see mine underneath it, it's typed Bob because that's my username. Make sure the username that you put in is in that blank. Many times when people are setting up their account, they error and it's not there. And if they don't come do this part, then they say, well, no, but I don't get any recordings. People don't get my videos. It's because they're not married to their account yet. And so the username must be there. If it is wrong, correct it here. If it is correct, fine, we go to the next stage. Now, if you notice, I've got my link, I've got my Facebook link, I've got my LinkedIn, I've got that, and you can put outside websites. If you got an independent website set up and you want to link to that website from here, you're welcome to. And so this is where you put in that website. You can copy and paste and put in. You don't have to do that now, but I'm just telling you, this is where you do it. Okay. Now, I want you, if you make any changes at the bottom, you'll have to save. Now, if any of you had to change your username or input, please put save. Now, we're going to go back to our general section at the top, and we're going to bring our profile back up. Now, where your email address is, if you notice, my email address has nothing under it. It's been verified. It's been connected between my email, my app, and my 7K website back office. If yours says email needs to be verified, touch it. It will send a verification link to your email. And this verification process on that email, that link only lasts less than an hour. You're going to have it redone if you don't click on it and get verified. So if you had to do that, go to your email. The servers had time to cycle. Hopefully your email server did too. Open up your email and then click on that link to verify, and then it will come up and say you're verified. If you don't get you're verified, then that hasn't happened. You may have to repeat this again because you want to make sure you are married between your email account, your back office, and this app. The reason is you will send links from here for people to join. There will be links on these videos for people to just click on and join.
And this is your very nice butcher.
And you want them hooked up to you as their sponsor. And that's the beauty of this little app. Okay. Now, I want you to click back on dashboard. At the bottom left, it brings us back to the beginning. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back and forth because I like to mix and match. If you concentrate in one area too much, a lot of people kind of wash out on me, and you know what I'm talking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to go back and we're going to open up your contacts. So you touch contacts at the bottom. It brings up everyone you have loaded into your contact. So you should have 2 or 3 already loaded. And I would like for you to pick your spouse or your sponsor, and I want you to touch their name, and up will come only their screen. I don't know if y'all can see. Okay. Up will come only their screen, only their name. You can actually contact somebody. You can call them while they're there, and it'd be just like you're making a cell phone because they're in there. So sometimes that will be necessary. So I want you to understand this, that you don't have to go out of the app, go find them in your contacts, and then go. You just press call if you want to talk to them while you're talking about something that you sent to them. And then the next thing, we're going to share something. So you see these little buttons under their name: share, call. Okay. I want you to hit the button that says share, and then open. What will slide open is some filing cabinets. And we're going to explore each of these later, but I'm going to show you the main important function you need to know right in the beginning. People need to know. Okay. I want you to come back and see what connect is and what create is and what are in there. But after we go through share, you'll be able to know that there's other tools, there's other things there that you can use for building your business and communicating. So hit on share, and it opens up the file cabinet drawers. So imagine this is a file cabinet, and notice what they say: peak. That's like little videos or statements to pique people's interest. Follow-up. These are kind of follow-up questions or tools that you can just press on and send to people. Testimonials, if you want to send somebody a little clip of testimonial. And the bottom one says present. That's what. So just remember, share, present, touch on present. It opens up that file cabinet drawer, and you see all the files in the cabinet drawer. Okay, now you got the files. These are the tools. And what you have is you got videos in Spanish and in English right now. And Spanish is going to be great for the Philippines and some other country. But anyway, what you're going to do is just kind of scroll a little bit, and I'm gonna show you a little training tip, but I want you to do it on that overview of Sell Money at the bottom. I want you to do what I'm doing. Watch what I'm doing on screen. I want you to lightly touch it and just slide it to the left a little bit, and you'll see a little menu. You can actually preview that video on your phone. So you know, and I like everybody to see every video in this app before they actually use these things, because you need to know what you're sending to someone. Okay, so I want you to slide it back, and you have the one I use the most. I'm going to show everybody the 2 that I use the most and I teach is the Wealth Strategies video. That's just that's our book in video presentation. It takes about 16 and a half minutes. It says 18, but it's 16 and a half. That's a full, what I call an executive overview presentation. Okay. So I'd like to give an executive overview about gold and silver to you, and about a company I find very interesting. Any of the ways that we have in transmittal videos that we talk about. Why 7K is a condensed version of that. But sometimes I'll use that. But the one I use the most is Wealth Strategy and Sound Money Wallet. Sound Money Wallet is the shortest, complete overall presentation, and it focuses on really a game changer, that Sound Money Wallet. So if you need something short and sweet, because you know the people don't hang long on a video, that's the one to use. Okay, Sound Money Wallet. And hopefully it generates questions and want more information. Now, I would like for you to press on the Sound Money Wallet, because overview of Sound Money Wallet, because it's the shortest one. I'd like for you to press on it like that, because we already got the contact up. And when you press on it, up comes a little menu. Now, it just depends on what you have in your contacts. The little message icon is that little cloud thought, that's a text message. And then the mail is an email. And the link over here, that's social media, like I am messaging, Instagram. And if you got those links in there, you'll learn how to use that. I use mostly text, because text are what's used at. Hardly anybody looks at email anymore. But if they have and they request email, I send it. Or if all I got in their contact is email, I'll use email. So you press text. I want you to press text. And then up comes a pre-written text to that contact. You don't even have to write text. And it's got the link. And now you'll see your cursor blinking behind that link. It's very important. You cannot, if that link gets changed, they get nothing. They click on something and it goes to nothing. So I teach people in our group, right at the bottom of, like if you continue writing that text, hit return. Now you're 2 lines away. See where that cursor is blinking? Now, even though they may have your number in their phone, just make a habit of this. Even if people know it's you, type your name, Tarita, Cheryl, Gary, whatever people call you. I say whatever, or mom. You know, you type that in, because here's why. My marketing secrets that I give everybody. Many people now get links just sent to them, and it could be from somebody else's phone. But the thing a hacker can't do is type your name like I just said. So if people see that and that link, that came from Tarita. Okay, I'll click on it. They know that they're not getting a hacked link to hack their phone. So that's why you always do that. Okay, so I type in Bob, and then all you do is press send your message. Soup. So I want each one of you to do it, because you're sending it to your sponsor or your spouse, okay? And don't everybody send it to me, okay? I get all my things in here, and I can't do what I want you to see, okay? So that should be in your phone. And so once that's sent, it's kind of going to bring you back to the same spot. What I want you to do is just press on contacts again at the bottom, and it brings your contacts back in. Okay. Once it brings your contacts back in, you press on one of the other contacts. And I'm going to just show you something for a minute. I was hoping I pressed on one that didn't have all this, but what I'm going to show you is this. I may as well show you what you're going to see. You're going to see that you sent a video link at such and such time to a person. They're going to keep these records in there. You're going to see when they click on that link, you're going to be notified that they clicked on that link. You're going to, when watch 10% of it or 100% of it or 60% of it, you're going to be notified how much they watched. And then they're going, and why I want you to have it sent to a spouse or somebody in your family, a phone, so you can play that video. And at the end of the video, you're going to see it's going to come up and it's going to have a join link. They can join right there without even talking to you. They can also click, they want more information, they can watch another video or next video on their own. And then if they click next another video, it's going to show up here and here. And after a while, if they click and watch a lot of videos and you come in here, you're going to have some like red marks. You're going to say, you need to call this person, Teresa. They're really interested. Okay. So it's just an easy form. Now for us that know how to do follow-up, know how to do these, this is just a very quick and fast and convenient tool. But for the average person out there who fears contacting people, this has become a phenomenal asset to them. And it also keeps the records for them because most average networkers aren't very good at keeping records and keeping their notes and following up. This does it for them. Okay, so let's go back to contacts one time, or let's go back to the dashboard. We're going to go back to the start, the dashboard that's at the bottom. Now, the only way you get tracking is to have that contact in the center of the screen with only their name, and then you put share. If you let's say hit share here on this dashboard, you hit share and it brings up all this stuff, and you decide to share a video here from this, and then you bring in and you type in your contact from your phone, it will not track it. There's no tracking on that. And we tell people don't do that. This is a good thing for you to watch and see what's behind connect and go back. The little back button up at the top works just like a website. If I click connect and I want to see what's there and I see what's in connect, I can hit this little back button at the top, bring me back to my page, and I can always navigate at the top, back, and here. And then there's another thing called a little house or a home button. Those are the navigation tools to take you throughout this app. Okay, we're going to come back to how we share things in a minute. We're going to do it again because I want to go and show a couple of other tools for you on it. I want you to hit the 3 buttons at the bottom right-hand side again. Now we bring our menu up, and a couple of things. You see support. If something not work, they have their own tech service. Nobody can talk to me on your phone. You have to send them like a chat, like an email. So if something's not working right or you're having a problem with the app, just report it, because you are it doesn't mean everybody else is having that problem. It's only on your particular phone or your interface. And so you'll hit support on that wrench. It's going to bring up that, this, if you got any open requests that haven't been answered yet, and then you're going to click so that little wrench up there, or support request, that little wrench, and then you're going to type in your support request. And then next time you have it, it'll be in that wrench. Okay, we're going to just X out on that because we're not going to write one. We hit those 3 little buttons at the bottom again, bring that menu back up, and this is what I want to show you, training. Okay, open that little training, a little sub-menu comes up and says courses and resources and FAQs. So hit courses. Right here, you can get training wherever you go on your app. So you don't have to go pull it up your website. You don't have to go in the back office, log in. The app is fast, quick, and easy. Okay, so hit that first training button and then opens up. You'll see the files of the trainings that are available. Now, not everything's there, but the majority, a quick start. This is a great, great tool for the masses and for us too, okay? And it's great for traveling because you can work on them in the car and watch these things if you're not driving, of course. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back, and from anywhere in your phone in the app, you can always click on contacts, and it's going to bring them up, because this is where you do your work, is bringing the contact up. And one other thing I want to show you, in the contacts, the top right in the contact page, you see this little A to Z in the arrows. You can order your contacts in your app. And I always like, when I pull them up, a little menu will come up and it'll give you the way you can order the people you put into your app. And I always like to teach people to use new to old, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So you press new to old. So now the newest person I added from my phone is here. And this is why. You want the oldest down. So as soon as you come in here and you're starting to work, you want your newest at top. Now, these are people you just loaded up and you want to send something to. One of those video links, you want to pique interest, you want to do something with. And then I want you to scroll down to some of the older ones that you did yesterday or the day before or the day before. And the reason for that is we're going to check their activity. And if they've looked at something, are we going to send them something new? Maybe they didn't call us, maybe they didn't do anything. But this is a very easy, polite way of just sending a link. We don't know what was going on in that person's life when they got that text. And they may have just got stopped at a stop sign, and the bag of groceries turned over or whatever, and you got that text. So I just tell people, send them something else, send them another link, and they're going to have that other link anyway in the history. And so we will keep doing this on a regular basis, unless you get a text that says, what are you texting me about? What are these links? Are these you, or my phone hacked? And you say, no, watch that video. It's important. It's about our money, our gold, our silver, our savings, our IRAs. So that's part of how we integrate what we're doing in teaching skills, attitudes, and technique, how to use these tools. Okay, click on one again, and I want to show you a few things. At the bottom section of a person, the contact, you'll see that first section is activity. The next is to-dos. So let's say you're regularly talking, you have some requests. I can't depend on my memory anymore. It's 74. Maybe y'all are great and you remember all the conversation. But I use this to type notes. They asked me for this. We need to do this. We're going to do something. I use that. Other thing, click on the next one's notes. Now, sometimes this app writes notes for you. There are certain things in here like surveys and stuff like that, and it gives you their answers, and you get to see that. I know I didn't cover any of that. That's all part of those other files, other than just videos to interest. Okay. And Then if you look at details, that last one, that's actually their information, their telephone number, their email address. Now, if you make changes here, it does not make changes to your phone. So maybe they give you another number. They only want you to contact them on that number for these things. Well, you add it right here. It doesn't change the contact in your phone. It's only in this form. Or maybe they only want you to contact them at this email for this, and you got your other. There are a lot of business people that do that. So I'm just kind of telling you ahead of time. Okay. And so this is where you make the change, and it doesn't change it in the contact in your phone. If you want it in both places, you'll have to put it in both places. Okay. And it's where you make corrections, and you do that like we do everything. There's a little correction, a little pencil with the erase. You touch it, and then it makes all those things correctable and editable. Okay. These are for one individual, and it really helps in follow up and remembering. And that's why we have a lot of people, especially in our group. And I teach a system that everybody will go through their contact list. They're going to sift through their contact list real fast because we're searching for people who are looking. And then we're not going to be engaged in trying to convince them or think. First thing is searching for people who are looking. And then we go back and we go through our contact list again. And that's how I teach the average person how to make an above average income, because there's a system of how to do this without getting in arguments and not getting in discussions that they're not qualified to handle in the first place. And it's a matter of just providing information. If they learn the little transitional skills and tools and texts and things that we teach them, they're able to make a huge income. And then they come out of their shell and they grow. And I've integrated this tool into that process because I found for many people, oh, they like doing this, especially the people under 50. Oh, it's a tool. It's my thing that I use for everything. Oh, they gave me an app. I like this thing.
Especially under 50. Okay, then.
So I had to learn how to use it. Okay, at 74. And so let me do this. That's the main thing I wanted. That's the real thing, is installing it, learning how to share, and then the fact that you can go to your dashboard and hit on that share. Once you get to the dashboard right here, you can search and investigate everything yourself on your own phone because you're not sending it anywhere, okay? Because you don't want to send it anywhere. And you can hit on create. You're going to see that you're able to send your website link. You can see that you can send the link direct to getting started. They can actually fill out the app. So they've watched the videos. They say, hey, they text you back, yeah, I want to join. And we've had that. Now, when I prototyped this for the company and we're using my system and putting it out, I had several people. All I did, I never talked to them on the phone. All I did was send these videos and kept sending videos. They kept watching. I had several people just sign up. Now, I don't like that. I'd rather talk to them because I want them to sign up the right way. But I had several people just enrolled. Here they are I get a notice they just signed up. Now I got to go place them. But most of them, thank goodness, signed up on $4.99 because they find out if they wanted to. I had one that signed up for $1.99. They wanted to upgrade immediately after we talked, and I saw some. I said, can't do that. There's no differential. And you can renew. You can get 2-year membership, and you can just start it. Yours just cost you $700 instead of $4.99. But you got 2 years, okay? So your second year is renewed already. And that's your 199. But I'll guarantee you, you're going to want all those tools. So, anyway, it worked out fine. They never even talked about it. They went ahead and upgraded for $499 because they wanted everything that was there. And we couldn't even reverse it. We couldn't make their wife that, the 190. Once things are hardcore in the computer, it's kind of like contracts. And if they see that the company, when they're audited, are making these kind of switches, that's a red flag. That means they're manipulating. There might be some inside position. So that is basically the reason you can't do these things. Once a person signs in, once they get placed, there's this a whole integrity issue. And that's why when a person cancels, they can't join in another 6 months. Their email is flagged, their username is flagged. They want to come back and sign in. They can't basically sign in under somebody and say, "Oh, I changed my mind. Now I want to sign in under that person." The person that introduced them to him, that encouraged them enough to get involved in a member, that's the person they actually owe that obligation to. And this company is a real stickler about that. And I love that about them because of that. And people don't get stole from people, and the company is very good about terminating people who steal people from other people. Okay, so that's another good thing to know. Okay. I'm going to open it to questions because I really kind of walked you through the main thing. Remember this, go to contacts. I'm going to just do it again. It pulls up the contact. I ask you to change it new to old because that way you know where you're working, that little symbol, and you want to reorder it new to old. I've been trying to tell them to program a default in there because I hate having to change it each time. And then you hit the contact. That contact must be the only one in the screen to track. And then you hit share. Once you hit share again. You hit present, and that's what you want to do. Contact, share, present. And then you choose the video you want to send them. Text is pre-written. And if you use some of our tools in the texts I pre-write and send, and by the way, Gary, I love your text that you put together. I thought that was excellent. And if you don't mind, I'd like to incorporate it in my tool set. I think that's an excellent text. And I'm going to use it myself. And so I always prototype everything, but I can assure you, I know enough about this business that text will work with many different people. And so I'm gonna put that in my tool set, if you don't mind. And I will give you credit for it too. Then you hit on the video, you choose the text message, which is the preferred if you got it. Hit return twice to get away from the link, and then you're ready to go. Okay. So let me take any questions. Hopefully I'm not running later on my Zoom that I'm supposed to have. Anybody know the time?
Hey, Bobby, right now it would be almost 5:45 your time.
Oh, I'm fine.
5:45
Yeah,
your time.
I said I was available
Okay.
to 5:45. I just want, well, how about that? We had this kind of tag for it right, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Bob?
Let me take any questions that anyone has about use of what we just showed or set up, because that's very important right now. Yes,
I
Cheryl.
have a question.
Yes.
So you mentioned briefly that in the contacts, you don't put any more than 5.
Well, thank you for that. I didn't come back to that. It's how many you're working with that day. If you intend to actually reach out to 30, like I had Wayne do, and like I did back in the 90s. I haven't done that yet. Only Wayne, it's because I just hadn't had a burning desire anymore yet. I've been more teaching and helping everybody. What you want to do is load only that. Some people have gone in here and they've uploaded just about their whole contact list. Well, now you don't have a manageable system to work, because if you load and then you put new to old like I do, you know who you're working with that day. It just keeps things in order and in track for you automatically. So if you're going to work with 10 people, you say, I'm going to communicate with 10 people today. Or as you work with them, upload them one at a time. You can upload multiples, or you can upload one at a time. And the reason I said 5 is part of my system for people real busy, do not have time, is I ask people to at least contact 5 people a day, 5 days a week. That's 25 people. I ask people to put together a list of 100 people. Everybody knows 500, but everybody says they don't even know 10. And so I just match my system with what I asked them to do, so there's no incongruencies. And that just kind of helps people's mind. They don't start wondering on us when we're teaching. So that's why I did 5. Whatever you're working, that's what you upload. Okay. And just make sure you send something out, because you're going to come back and you're going to check that activity the next day. And you may have to rework some, and then by sending them something else. And then the new contacts that you want to send. Also, you're going to use this tool a lot when you're out and about, because it's a real easy way when you are conversationally marketing about gold and silver, and somebody says, I'm interested, send me something. Well, you pull up the app, you add them in here, and you get to show them the app. You get to show them the app. It's pretty neat what is coming in. And you show them, you add them in, you upload them, and then you pick the video and you send it. They receive it while you're doing it. That has been a very useful tool in building people's business. And so upload what you use for the day, and just keep uploading until you finally got every contact. So you haven't really shared the message until you got every contact in your phone in the app. And then you're adding new contacts. How many of us added, how many new contacts did we add to our phone last year? See, we're constantly adding contacts. And so that's how we do it. And when we get new information, we get new tools, we get new texts. I mean, that's information we get to share with our prior contacts that had no interest. But that's why I have people coming in that I talked to in the very first year. And I had 2 people this last year call me up out of the blue and said, hey, Bob, remember that 7K thing? I really want to do it. Can you send me that something on it real quick, or we have some time to get together? I had 2 people call me up to join this year, and who said absolutely no. But I kept sending them material through my system that I teach everybody to do. There's a way you can do it without bothering or getting people aggravated at you. And that's what I try to teach. Okay.
Yep.
And we do that.
Hey, Bob, can you
People
hear
love-
me, Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for this great presentation. Thank you, Kealoha and Cheryl and Talita. I know you guys might be feeling like it's a little bit of Holy Spirit fire hydrant on this, because there's a lot in there. But as Bob said, the best way is with this whole program, you earn as you learn, and we're going to take you a step at a time. But the key to this is you guys are already very smart, technically savvy, more than enough to do this. And it is a tool, and just start practicing. And it's a good thing. You can actually text those to yourself. So that's what I did. I started texting them to practice to myself, which then if something doesn't come out right, no harm done, right? So you can actually text any of those to yourself to study them. And of course, that what Bob said, you can preview any of those videos so you actually know. And Cheryl, I think your question is, what would be the best one to send somebody who's not interested in the network marketing referral income portion? What Bob just said is that Sound Money Wallet, it's a 4-minute video. I just went back and looked at it again. That's the masterpiece, isn't it, Bob? That's
That
the one.
is, it
Yeah,
really is. And
that's the
then,
one.
and then we've got some in the other tools that are buying gold and silver at dealer cost. All they talk about is
Yep.
buying gold and silver in different products. And that's in the other tools. But I don't have, we didn't have time. I've got to run.
Okay.
Thank y'all so much. I look forward to seeing you personally.